So hi everyone. Finally, the NEET PG result is out. I hope you have got the result that you were expecting. And if you have got that, huge congratulations. If not, you have my support. And please try to focus again and target the next exam. But rest assured, you have done great. Be proud of yourself. But today we have with us Dr. Arjun, our student from SMS Jaipur, and right now currently having 712 marks. Fingers crossed, might be rank two. So again, fingers crossed on that. And of course, the legend here himself, Dr. Tamim sir, Dr. Ankush sir. And today we are going to have a small conversation with Arjun regarding what happened, how did he do that, and especially when the exam was on a brink of a turn, a new pattern, new rules, and of course, 1.7 lakh students. So a huge congratulations from DBMCI, Arjun. I think
Thank
you
you,
have
sir.
done a
Thank you so
great
much.
job and we are really proud of you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir. So for all your efforts, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
So Arjun here is a pre-foundation student, like a 4-year student of DBMCI Jaipur. And I think I can pass on the torch to Dr. Tamim sir to start the conversation.
Huge congratulations, Arjun.
Thank
So,
you, sir.
how
Thank you,
does
sir.
it feel? How is it sinking in? I mean, does it look unreal?
So I'm just, it's surreal. It still feels surreal. It was, I don't know, sir. It's just, I feel amazing. I feel content. I feel happy. And yes, sir. That's probably how I could describe it.
Ankur?
Hello.
Good evening, sir. Good evening. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Arjun. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
So, yes, it's. I want one statement from you that yes, you can tell students better than me. Yes, how to manage anxiety.
Sir, so anxiety थोड़ी बहुत तो होगी. It's bound to happen. मतलब anxiety को पूरी तरह खत्म कर देने में कोई अच्छी बात नहीं है, मुझे लगा. मतलब मुझे पहले लगता कि anxiety नहीं होनी चाहिए, but थोड़ी anxiety रहेगी. वो anxiety जब आप पहले 10 क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करोगे, उसके बाद वो पूरी खत्म हो जाएगी. मतलब पहले 10 क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करोगे, you get into the paper, तो वो it goes away. But तब तक जो anxiety है, if you have read well, if you have read well, वो anxiety होना is normal. I think it was totally normal.
Okay, Arjun, I want to hear something about success, which I told you 4 days before the exam, 3 days before the exam. Yes, actually, this is my own concept. I usually say my students that success is not defined by your marks. Okay, and when you were a little bit worried, I realized your potential. If you remember, I told you that you have that potential. And then I told you the definition of success. Yes. I want from your point of view that what is success now at this time?
Success, so what I could understand from that point, before 3 days, this was 3 to 4 days before the exam, 6 or 7 September, I had talked to sir about some things, and he had told me that success is a personal, it's how you perceive things. It's not a rank. It can never be a rank. Success can never be a rank. It is something you perceive. It's the happiness you get from some things you do eventually. It's not just the rank. So that was something that I will probably keep with me for a long time to go.
So Arjun, before we start discussing more, I think this is a high time you share your things about your parents, about your wishes. I think you studied at home, right? All these days.
I studied at home for major part of it, but some part of it, let's say 30 to 40% part of it, I studied in my college library also.
Right.
Yes, sir. I studied in the library also, and sir, yeah, that because of the lockdown, library was closed for some parts of it, previous year and this year also. So that time I was at home only, yes, sir.
Right. I think those who are watching this video, obviously they'll be inspired, I'm sure, particularly from your college, and your juniors will be looking at this interview, and it'll inspire them to know it, because somebody from your own college If they see your senior, I mean, if I was a junior and if I see my senior doing something great like this, obviously it'll be like, even I can do it. If he can do it, I can do it. So I think with this in mind, let's just go through briefly about your journey of how you prepared.
Yes,
Can
sir.
you just tell us something about when you started preparing? How was
Sir,
your
I
preparation?
Sir, I started preparing for, I came to know, actually, I did not know anything about anything. I was very carefree in first year and major part of the second year. But I started to get the importance of standard book, and for that purpose, I support the concept of standard books always. I started studying seriously in third year and later part of second year, but I started my classes, coaching classes, live classes at Jaipur Center in third year. So yes, sir. I completed all the subjects apart from the final year subjects. I did medicine in third year. Apart from medicine, final I did not do any final year subjects in third year.
Right.
And final year subjects, all of them I did in my final year, all the class notes.
So you compiled all your notes?
Yes, sir. I compiled all my notes. I did as much questions I could, as much as I could. I could not complete all the subjects questions in my third and fourth year, but I wanted to do. So doing questions was like, I felt good by doing them. I felt I'm completing my notes and everything. So that was something I liked. Yes, sir.
So can you give an idea about, see, a lot of undergraduates who have a deep desire to achieve something great. The only problem they have is the path. How does one go about doing it?
So one thing I followed throughout my previous 3 years of, let's say, preparation, or let's say 1.5 year. So I always maintained a particular balance of things. If I would say, it's probably my favorite word of the mantra of my life is balance. Apart from studies, I whenever I studied, I made sure that I'm into it. Whatever I'm doing that on primary focus. But I took out time for other things also. It's not that you have to study 3 years, 10 hours a day, 14 hours a day. It's not about that. It's about the balance. I think it's about a lot of things, a lot of other things also, non-academic things. And it's not the hours that eventually get you the results you want or the success you want. It's not the hours, what I felt.
So let's say if somebody is joining us in second year or final year, what advice do you have to them? Like how many days in a week they should seriously study? How many hours in a day?
Sir, I think what I would probably see is it's better to study 7 days a week, 2 hours a day, rather than studying just 2 days in a week. So for that matter, sir, what did was I had to do the live classes, because live classes I always felt were way better. And after seeing, I had to do one or two subjects from the videos, but I was not. I was satisfied more with the live classes. Uh, so I made sure that I did all the live classes on time. Never missed a class, sir. I made sure I never missed a class. I always made sure that I was attentive in class. I asked doubts. Never was shy to ask anything. So just being present, matlab, at that moment is important in the class.
The presence of mind and to be attentive. Yes,
Yes,
I
sir.
understand what you're saying.
Because sir, teachers, sir, especially you, sir, and all the teachers, sir, whatever they say, whatever, it's like gold, sir. Whatever you say, whatever you make us write down, we should not miss whatever you say. So I always thought that whatever you are saying or whatever any other faculty is saying, I always made sure that I can hear that and I am able to process that in the class.
Right. So what else one needs to do? One, you attended the classes, you made your notes. How useful were you finding the notes? I mean, did you revise it multiple times?
Yes, I made sure that I only use one set of notes. I did not want to keep anything here and there. I completed my notes, some topics here and there, which probably get left in the live classes, or uh, I think that is good actually in a way, because then we can complete it on ourselves, and that become our notes more. I feel more home to them when we complete them. That is my personal opinion on that. So I did previous year questions, whatever I felt like I wanted to do, and whatever I thought that this is a previous year question and this probably is not there or not not there in the notes, or not something or the other comes up, it's normal. So I added that and I compiled my notes. So I did that thing as in when I moved forward, but never thinking about anything that, never taking a pressure. I would say we should never take any pressure of any sorts. We should be regular. I think regularity is important. Regularity and balance about things, balance about life other than studies also is important. I think it's a long race and we cannot afford to get saturated, or we cannot afford to get burned out. So other things, any sport or any other activities, going to the movies, spending time with family and friends, that also I think was very important. So yes, sir.
Great. So I think what you have given is a very important message, that it should be balanced. It should not be that some people start with a very hyper enthused state, they get burnt out. They start
Yes,
with
sir.
books like Harrison's and all, and they just realize that they can't complete it eventually.
Yes, sir.
So how's
So,
your take on what books did you read? I mean, anything in
yes, sir. Yes, sir. So in the first year, as I said, I did not know anything about this. I initially I had a I had a plan to go into civil services, but as in when second year, I had some exposure, slight exposure to clinical side of things. So I got interested in this, and then it all changed for me. I think what I think is 4 to 5 books which I think I did go through, not completely, not cover to cover, but I whatever I read in that subject was from these books. Apart from the exam time, sometimes one was Robbins. I did as much as I could. I could not complete it obviously, and I did not. I never in sir. I'm actually I support the concept of standard books. I feel I think they opened my mind to that subject. So always felt that if I wanted ever to read medicine apart from the class notes, that had to be from Harrison, either the big book or the Harrison manual. Or so I used up to date also. I used that in my final year and internship. So that was also a good source for me. But apart from that, yes, sir, I did not use any other book for medicine. And same goes for surgery, sir. I used only Bailey for surgery and the faculty notes, sir. Yes, sir.
the class
I,
notes? So basically, the class
yes,
notes are your benchmark, and wherever
yes,
possible for reference, you were using the other books.
yes, sir.
Okay, what faculties you thought were really very impressive? Or
Sir, so sir, actually, sir, you had taken only one class in in Jaipur batch, and that was probably the best class on respiratory medicine. That was something else. That, well, all of us were all in awe of you. So yeah, that was one. If I have to point out, and sir, also sir, Jay sir was exceptional, sir. Jay sir from surgery, sir, he was exceptional. Sir Ashwini sir, was his speciality was that as much as you revise his notes, you get to know the importance of his content. Some people might say that it's very less as compared to others, but I think it's the best. I did not have to add anything onto them, and it was so concise and everything. It was just perfect, sir. So Praveen sir was great, sir. Rajat sir had covered in radio everything, here and there, every nooks and corners he had covered point wise. Whatever random points he could correlate with other subjects, he covers them really well. So
great. Great. So as I said, all those who are listening to this interview, they definitely want to take home something. What additional, I asked this question to almost all toppers. What do you think extra you did that got you this rank or this kind of marks compared to the others?
sir, I focused on opening my mind to the subject, sir. I think I focused on that. I did not think that yes, I think that was something of that. I always tried to understand the things. I was never a good learner of things, sir. I could not remember lists and everything. That was something I always thought that could be a shortcoming for me. But I what my strengths was that I used to understand things, and I used to love the algorithmic parts of the things. So that proved a boon to me, sir, in some ways. And I always tell whoever, any junior I ask, that try to get what the subject wants from you, what the subject is telling you, what you need from the subject. That's important, rather than remembering the 5 points about something and moving on. It's
Right.
about understanding the 5 points more than anything.
Right. Previous to this, you gave AIMS. How was your performance in that?
The aims, I was not satisfied with the result. My rank was 128. It was not up to my expectations, I would say, probably, but it was good. It was decent, I guess. But yes, I expected more maybe. But it was a little paper was a little unexpected. I was not well prepared with respect to the non-academic factors, I would say. I did not sleep well, and something here and there. Yes, sir. That was
Great. So still, I think these marks which you have got from what we could make out from the list, I think you're definitely going to be the top 5, most likely second rank, but we'll come to know soon. So
yes,
huge
sir.
congratulations from my side. I only want to add one thing. See, the way how a student asks questions and the level of questions that they ask give us an idea about what kind of preparation the student has done. So way before I even came to know your name, because I have not saved your name in my, at
Yes,
that
sir.
time I had not, at least. I knew you were the kind of questions you asked. I knew you were, really well read. It just showed the depth of knowledge that you
Thank you,
have.
sir. Thank you, sir, so much. It coming from you, that means that is such an honor, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. So
Thank
I want to tell everybody, if you just fall in love with the subject, if you just get engrossed in it and you are in love with the subject, then you keep thinking about it, it'll take you places. You don't have to be, you don't have to punish yourself. You don't have to push yourself. Don't be
Yes, sir.
rigorous. It's just be in love with the subject. So I think I could make out that you had that love and passion for the subject, at least from medicine side. That's what I could understand from you, Arjun. So over to Ankur and Dr. Nachiket. Huge congratulations again.
Thank you, sir.
We're
Thank you.
all honored to have you along with us, and
Thank you, sir. Thank you so
hope
much.
you have a glorious career ahead in your future.
Thank you so much, sir.
Both of you.
Sir, I think I'll just add one thing for Arjun, because I'm sir, our faculty, I'm the customer care guy. But
No.
as somebody, Arjun, the best thing I always have told you this thing, that you just keep me on my toes. Ki sir, ye chahiye, ye chahiye, ye chahiye. Just that a student knows what he wants. It in itself, it's a very big thing. I remember even last time you were asking me, and you were always helping out others. Abhi, I think the last question that you asked me was, can these students be added in the Super 30 group as well? Right?
Yes, sir.
So I knew your attitude. I knew the type of questions you wanted. I mean, from faculties, it was a different thing. From me, it was more of ki, ye test chahiye, wo test chahiye. But that kind of thing always kept me on toes, and in a way, you made us better. So I'm just glad that you were a part of. We were a part of your journey. We could help you out, and
Thank you so much.
at the end of the day, it is all your dedication and hard work, and we are just a part of it. So I'm
Thank you.
just glad that I'm able to have a conversation with such a nice and pleasant fellow. And again, UPSC rank 1, almost NEET PG rank 2, hands crossed. And I'm just glad to have you as a part of a DBMCI family.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It's my honor, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Arjun, congratulations again. And
Thank you,
I
sir.
would like to say that Dr. Nachiket is saying just like a communication guy. No. He is very nice person. I have learned from him many things. Just like I never knew you, yes, but I saw that our CEO is such a nice person. He is it's not the, yes, I'm praising him. It's the fact that he did so much of means student welfare, and I was
Yes, sir.
really motivated.
Definitely.
I was really motivated when you called me. If you remember that you called me, I never knew. Yes, I know that you are not my student. Yes, you have not learned psychiatry from me, but I have given few life lesson, and I have learned it from my seniors and my junior also. One of them is Dr. Nachiket. Yes, when I saw that he's doing for society such a great thing he's doing, so I thought, why can't I? Yes, I'm always there for my students. From your behalf, I again say, whenever you feel that you are alone, we DBMCI family are always there with you. Okay?
So
Okay, dear?
Arjun, how are your parents feeling? How is everybody at
Sir,
home in the news?
sir, they are very happy, sir. My dad was asleep actually, and I had to wake my mother also.
Great. This sweetness of this success will stay with you for a lifetime.
Yes, sir.
तो लाइफ में ना अप्स एंड डाउन्स आते रहते हैं, बट हमेशा
Yes.
एक वो ये खुशी जो होती है ना, एंड इमेजिन दिस वन ऑफ द टफेस्ट एग्जाम्स, आई थिंक क्लोज टू 1.7 lakhs as we were just discussing. So in
Yes,
that, to be in this level with this kind of competition across the breadth of the country, how people study and how crazy the preparation is. So
Yes,
with
sir.
all that, if you have performed so well, I think hats off to you.
Thank you,
So
sir. Thank
huge
you so much,
congratulations
sir.
once again. I think with this, I'll take leave, Dr. Nachiket.
No, sir, I'll take leave with you
Yeah.
only,
Thank
sir.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
Arjun, please
Sir.
pass on my congratulations to your
Yes,
family.
sir. Yes,
A
sir.
huge shout out and a great work, my friend.
Thank
Take
you, sir.
care.
Okay,
God
Thank
bless
you,
and
sir.
keep shining.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you
best
so much, sir.
wishes,
Thank you so
Arjun.
much.
Thank you.
Okay, keep shining like this. Best of wishes of all, yes, for your whole life. Best of luck.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye bye.